Welcome Virgo, thanks for tuning in for your May love and money outcomes reading. So we're using the Mood Tarot and they're pre-shuffled obviously, as you can see. When we get started, we'll start with money. So with that being said, first card that come out for you is the Free Weed and Chocolate, okay? Mood Tarot has a sense of humor, so hopefully you like that. Otherwise, you can turn a blind eye to what you don't like. And then the next card that come out for you guys is the Shiny New Shiz, which is the Death card, right? So Devil, Death card. So you could be dealing with somebody that has strong Capricorn in their chart, somebody with strong Scorpio, or you could as well. It doesn't need to be. And then the final card that you guys got is the Four of Wands. Fire sign energy, okay? So what's going on here? This is, you know, like loosely the first part of the month of May, and this is the second part of the month of May, and yeah, it can resonate. You know, the placements are fluid, so it resonates when it resonates. Okay, just keep that in mind. And it is a general reading. But that being said, financially speaking, this is a little concerning. Okay, Capricorn though is an Earth sign. Tends to be quite a lucrative Earth sign as well, but you can't escape the sort of, well, I'm just going to speak plainly, Virgo. I'm going to let you know in advance. I have a Mercury in Sagittarius. Some Virgos respond great to that. Some of them are a little sensitive to that, and I'll try to keep that in mind. However, you know, this is kind of a negative card, so it's like there are some fears about finances, especially the first part of May. Okay, so fears about financial or material status or success. So maybe you're feeling like you're not as successful as you should be, or your relationship financially isn't, like, because there's two people on the card, shadow side of the Lover's card. Something to do with concerns related to material success or status. So this card's basically just like begging the question, are you too attached to a material thing or to material things? Is your person of interest, if you have one, too attached to material things? And I'm also hearing, you know, do you feel good about how you're making your money as well? So some people, you might have to accept a job that you feel is beneath you, and because, well, you know, money makes the world go round. You have bills to pay, right? So you might be doing something that you're not entirely happy with, or that you don't feel good about, and Spirit is just basically asking you to reflect on that, or you're going to be just naturally reflecting on those questions. Like, are you too attached? Are you too materialistic? Is somebody in your life that? Are you too concerned with money or status? Are you doing, like, do you feel good about what you're making your money on here? Okay, they're basically asking you not to turn a blind eye, because on this card I'm really drawn to the statements where this little guy on the right is saying my tail is on fire, and then the lady on the left is like, should we get going then? Like, you know, your tail's on fire, should we leave? Should we get out of here? And he's like, nah, just pass the chocolate. So basically, like, accepting a situation that is ultimately going to be not to your benefit, to say the least, but pacifying yourself somehow in order to endure it. So Spirit is just saying these are thoughts you could be having. With regard to love, it feels like too, see, I'm drawn to the chains here, and that's what this card means too, is that there is some kind of self-inflicted bondage here that could be playing a role in your love life. So, like, for example, is the SEX so good that you are overlooking character flaws in your person of interest, or overlooking an incompatibility, or, you know, something here that you don't particularly like, or that you would not tolerate otherwise? So basically, it could be any sort of attachment issue or addiction here. With the Devil card, it's asking you that, like, are you overlooking something? You know, again, it's for money and love, similar messages. Don't overlook things you ought to be paying attention to, or at least, you know, question and reflect on them, because there could be better ways of handling situations. Or is this just plainly an unhealthy or toxic relationship in some way? That's the question being asked there. And going forward with you know, the Death card, I see, like, this is potential for an ending in a relationship, an ending of a situation, but the Death card is good because it's transformation, saying that something new comes from this, something better. As we can see with the Four of Wands, very positive card, something better will come from whatever this ending or transformation is. So what is the Death talking about? You know, maybe you don't get rid of the whole relationship or situation here, but you let go of outdated attitudes about money, or change the way you handle it in the past. It can also talk about leaving that job as well. Like, if you're in a situation where you're earning money, you don't feel good about it, after reflecting upon it, you could be, you know, choosing to get your money from a different source, or starting another money source, right? This is definitely indicating ending one money source for another one. And yeah, this can talk about the ending. There definitely needs to be a shift or an end to old relationship patterns or ways of thinking around things, old behaviors in relationships that no longer serve, or it can just be flat out that you end an unsatisfying relationship, or that, yeah, so I'm really not getting a strong read on which it's going to be. It'll depend on who's watching, if you're going to end an unsatisfying relationship, or if you're just going to simply, well, not simply, but alternately end an unworkable or ineffective relationship pattern. So yeah, like I said, it depends on, you know, which situation it is and who's watching the video. You know, if it's the end of the relationship, you know, you will have seen it coming for some time. It's not going to be like this is just like thrust upon you. This isn't the Tower card, okay? You will have seen it coming for some time, so it won't be like a shock or anything. The connection will have just like pushed you to your limit and can only be saved by lots of mutual effort, even, and maybe not even then. So for those, unfortunately, that's the case. Although I don't feel as bad because I feel like you already know, like I said, you see it coming, and being forewarned is forearmed, right? So maybe you could shift it if you both put in enough effort. But and if you're single and you don't have anybody in mind, or like you're just outright single, this could indicate like an ex from your very distant past could be coming back, you know, with this Four of Wands here, especially if they yeah, especially if they're the reason why you're watching this reading. Like if you have somebody on your mind that you came to the reading for, that you're like hoping will come out in your reading, if it's an ex, yeah, it's more than likely they will come back. But it's not somebody that you would have just broken up with. This is somebody from the distant past coming back, more than likely. I mean, for an odd view, it could be somebody you just broken up with, but I feel more so that it's usually with this sort of layout would be somebody from a more distant past coming back, especially if they're the one you're watching the reading for. Basically, this is a card of loss and hard changes, so just be prepared that somebody you're going to be dealing with that. Could already be seeing glimpses of it happening or going through that as well. But the good news is the Four of Wands at the end is a very nice card, you know. And financially speaking, it says that you might be making money from an investment or the sale of property. But either way, I see prosperity and financial security for you at the end of May, maybe early June. So that's good. Navigating your way out of tough and sticky situations financially to come out to a happy ending this month. And a happy ending regarding love too for a lot of you. So if you are seeing somebody and it's pretty casual or it's non-committal, you guys could maybe start going steady. You guys are going to start going steady, seeing each other regularly. This does bode well for love, okay? Your person could actually be seeing you as wifey or hubby material by the end of the month, or this new person if it's a new person, and they might want to behave that way, but they might not want to marry you though just yet. This is not necessarily a marriage indicator card. It can be, but I'm feeling for the majority, mostly, it's like they're seeing you as somebody to live with. And like you fulfill that wifey hubby role without the contractual paperwork or something going forward here. So yeah, maybe this shift, this negative energy or whatever this is, this unhealthy attachment gets addressed, it's ended, and then it comes the result of doing that work, putting in that effort does result nicely for you, so that does bode well. But whether you guys end up getting married or headed down that road or not, I do see like commitment or reunion, some consistency regarding like a relationship here, and you will be very comfortable and at home with your partner. I'm feeling like, because you guys are Virgo, I feel guided to say that you might benefit from getting out of the house more as well. Maybe go to a celebration or party if you're invited to, or have people over, something like that. But ultimately, like, I just think that this is saying look forward to an easy, happy relationship. You know, even if it's not with your current partner or person of interest, it does bode well. Like, this is letting you know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it looks really good. So that's what we've got there. Let's get you some advice. If the reading is resonating, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss my next video. And the next reading I'll do on this channel will be love outcomes for you and your sign of interest. So say that you are interested in like a Leo, for example, or whatever sign you're interested in, you would click on Leo's timestamp, and it will take you to the reading about them and what's going to happen, the future outcome of that relationship, okay? So that connection, your connection with them. For Virgo, what guidance do we have for them regarding this reading, please? What guidance do we have for Virgo regarding this reading, please? Excuse me. Surprise! Okay. So as if to contradict me, thanks, Spirit. Keep me humble. Maybe, you know, a breakup or an ending will be a surprise. I feel like, no, that's not going. This is some other kind of surprise. Maybe like a surprise party or something like that. A proposal for an odd few, maybe, with that 4 Wands, or surprise proposal to move in together. Some sort of surprise of some kind. You could be attending a surprise party. It says, in a way that you wouldn't expect, a gift from the universe, intense, twist of fate, eclipse news. Okay, I think we did just have an eclipse. It was pretty intense for a lot of people. So something new is coming in for you. Be on the lookout for a surprise, okay? Spirit's not going to tell us exactly what that surprise is, otherwise it wouldn't be a surprise. So naturally this doesn't resonate 100% with the reading that was done, for me anyways. I'm not seeing that correlation too tightly, but it's probably because, again, it's meant to be a surprise. So it's something you wouldn't expect, a gift from the universe, intense, twist of fate. We kind of already see that with that death card and eclipse news. So you'll have to come back and let me know what that surprise is, Virgo. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. If you'd like a private reading, my contact information is down below. Again, please do hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time.